CaribJet, the most experienced travel agency company in Grenada, serving our clients and businesses for over 40 years. IATA accredited, we issue tickets on 280 airlines, representatives for Condor, the German airlines, and main agents for Virgin, KLM and Air France. We're specialists to the Middle East. Walk in to our ticket office at Maurice Bishop Highway, call 439-4444, WhatsApp 534-7755 or visit caribjet.com.
The 5th Annual Masters of Calypso Melody and Rhythm Edition, Sunday, May 8th, Mother's Day, at the Spice Basket Bolio St. George's. Showtime, 6 p.m. and tickets cost $60. Featuring live from Trinidad and Tobago, Baron, Sugar Aloes. From Barbados, Red Plastic Bag. From Grenada, Beast, Scholar, Inspector, Black Wizard, Cox, Samantha Dixon, Squeezy and Moyakai. A special award ceremony for the Hitman Inspector.
Let me tell you that Inspector, eating better. Make yourself at home, young fella. Eating better.
All artists backed by the Royal Grenada Police Force Band. A special cocktail on entry for all mothers. Compliments West Hall Rum. Tickets available at Mitchell's Health and Wellness Grand Anse, Grenada Optical St. George's, Kittens Pharmacy in St. George's and Grand Anse, St. David's Pharmacy, Licks and Bites Guave, Maxie's Bar Grenville. Masters of Calypso, powered by West Hall Rum's National Lotteries Authority, Flo, Senator Nolan Cox, Captain Harris Suites, Mitchell's Health and Wellness, ML Construction Services, King Elvis Taxi and Tours. One special evening dedicated to mothers. Sunday, May 8th, 6 p.m. This will be one unforgettable show.
She wants sad. She wants plumbing.
Grendek Community Partnership Initiative.
Leicester is the main fishing village in Carriacou. They depend on fishing as a livelihood. And we have lost a big part of the reef system around Carriacou over the years. We have been collaborating with the fishermen, especially the Carriacou Fishers Association, in terms of trying to restore some of those reefs. The Grenleg funding will target relocating by rock structures because the new location is not close to the national grid. To get a connection, we have to install solar panels on a rocky point, and we have to run all the electrical wires, and so going down underwater to the rock structures to power those structures. A lot of the reefs that we have lost, we can replace those reefs with those rock structures, and when we have climate change and environmental impact, hopefully those corals would withstand those kind of conditions. We are grateful to Grenlec for coming through on that funding for us and for Carriacou. Sometimes it's difficult to get those kind of funding, to have intervention in a project that started already. The fishermen in Carriacou, I think they're extremely pleased and with that support. So I think we're really grateful and thankful to Grenlec for coming through with that funding for us.
Grendek, energizing our community.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
It's that time again when mothers take their spotlight. Join MTV and Magic FM this Friday from 10 a.m. Call in, wish your mom happy Mother's Day. Your mother might just be the lucky one. It's a winning streak for mothers. Compliment Brighton and Miners, Clear Vision Eye Care Center, Masters of Calypso, Midland Supply Limited, Victory Bar and Restaurant, and The Communal Cooperative Credit Union Limited. One mother will be specially honored. Elimas Gilbert, the Inspector, Tamara, the Songbird, and Red Plastic Bag will be in studio, honoring mothers across all MTV platforms this Friday from 10 a.m. Stay where the action is with MTV.
Hello and welcome to the evening edition of news here on MTV. Coming up tonight, Coast Guard officers directly involved in recent boating accident relieved of active duties. 8 police officers charged with criminal-related incidents of sexual crimes within the Royal Grenada Police Force. National Democratic Congress holds the first in a series of meetings to present its transformative agenda for Grenada. And in sports, Brunswick United emerged champions of the 2022 Co-op Bank Carriacou T20 tournament. We have the details of these and more after the break.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere.
The first segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Good evening. With the news in detail, I am Troy Gill. First up tonight, officers involved in the boating incident that took the life of 22-year-old Kimon Bell of Woburn St. George are not on active duty. That's according to Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin. The top cop went on to explain, however, that these officers are not on suspension. We get more on this development in this report.
2 investigators from the RSS arrived on island on Monday to assist with investigations into the April 24th boating incident involving the Grenada Coast Guard and a small vessel. This was confirmed by Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin during a press briefing on Thursday morning.
So we did believe that the invitation of RSS to support this investigation will bring a measure of transparency and objectivity in the process. I must indicate as well that at every stage of this process and decisions taken in the process, the Director of Public Prosecution has been consulted and engaged. Upon completion of the investigation on the police side, the file will be submitted to the DPP for consideration and his directive.
Meanwhile, as the probe into the fatal incident gets underway, the officers on board the Coast Guard at the time of the incident have been removed from active duty.
As they too experienced trauma out of the incident, and also we want them to be far away from the process of investigation to afford an added layer of comfort for transparency in the investigative process. On this issue, I understand that emotions are high. I understand that persons have concerns. And I understand very well that the loss of life, of any life, anywhere, is tragic, unfortunate, and worthy of concern. But similarly, I appeal for us to be calm, for us to be considerate, and to allow the process to proceed and complete.
The officers have not been named. However, Commissioner Martin says they are experienced members of the RGPF.
But one of which was an NCO. An NCO meaning a rank between corporal or sergeant. And I will not say specifically the rank, because I don't want us to be zeroing in and narrowing down anything.
The incident claimed the life of 22-year-old Kimon Bell and left his friend Vondi Joseph with minor injuries. Commissioner Martin confirmed that the incident occurred as the Coast Guard was on their way back to the True Blue base after an assignment. Kimon Bell was reportedly left out at sea until the next morning. The commissioner says this will also be part of the investigation.
Certainly, one of the foremost functions of a police officer is to save life, protect life and property. And of course, in everything that we do, if there is even a vehicular accident and a person is injured in any way, saving life is important. So our first course of action is always saving life. As to whether or not the reports as indicated by one of the individuals involved in the incident and the circumstances thereof, that will be part of the investigation to understand what happened, what did not happen, and why whatever happened.
Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
According to Grenada's top cop, 8 police officers have been charged with criminal-related incidents of sexual crimes within the police force from the period 2014 to present, with 2 of the matters dealt with internally, guided by the disciplinary process of the force, and 1 officer currently serving time at Her Majesty's Prison. Here is Nikita Hostin with that story.
Addressing allegations of sexual assault, Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin says these claims within the ranks of the Royal Grenada Police Force are taken seriously.
The force has a zero tolerance to sexual harassment, and contrary to what is reported, the force has been very firm in dealing with those incidents.
Commissioner Martin revealed that 8 officers have been charged, resulting in dismissals and imprisonment, dating back to 2014.
And dating back from 2014, a total of 8 officers have been charged with criminal-related incidents of sexual crimes, two of which are internal. Of those 8 cases, 4 have been concluded by the court and officers have been dismissed, one of whom is serving a sentence at Her Majesty's Prison.
He gave an update on the current investigations of sexual assault by police officers, one of which involves a minor, a constable of police, who was dismissed following investigations.
We currently have 2 disciplinary matters pending of internal issues of misconduct amongst police officers. I have also dealt last year with 2 cases and have 1 pending, already finally given judgment internally on internal discipline on 2 cases last year and do have 1 pending now. We also have 1 active investigation going on. So contrary to what has been reported, the force continues to deal with this very firmly. There have been an officer at the rank of constable who was engaged in what we considered to be inappropriate conduct with a minor or engagement with a minor. The information before us led us to conduct a criminal investigation into the matter. When the file was submitted to the Director of Public Prosecution for consideration and directive, there was difficulty to proceed with the matter criminally. The RGPF, not being satisfied that the matter should dead there, proceeded to institute disciplinary action against the said officer. That matter has concluded and the officer has been dismissed from the police force.
Commissioner Martin explained that policies have been developed to prevent cases of sexual misconduct within the force.
I also announced at that meeting the formation of a focal point of 3 senior women. The lone superintendent female, which is the most senior female in the police force, the head of the Special Victims Unit, and our staff officer, all of whom are female. This focal group has been advertised in the meeting for the females as the reference point and the go-to point to report any incident of ongoing issues of harassment or even instances in the past. We have developed a sexual harassment policy and a sexual fraternization policy. These policies have been completed. However, they had to be submitted for scrutiny to make sure that they are well grounded in law, so that whenever we have to act on the issues of those policies, they will be well founded.
Joseph McKee-Smith for MTV News.
Lecturers from the T.A. Marisho Community College were out again on Thursday, protesting the authorities' failure to pay increments owed. However, this time, students also joined the fray in solidarity with their teachers over the issue. For yet another day, lecturers at TAMCC continued to clamor for salary increases owed to them, and on Thursday, students also joined in the fracas outside the gates of the college. Assistant lecturer at TAMCC is Paris Fraser.
There was no increase in our salary scale for the past 10 years. Although we recognize that the standard of this cost of living has increased, although we recognize that everything is going up around us, tax and all these other things has increased, but yet for all, management has failed to find creative, innovative ways to generate revenue for the TAMCC. And therefore they're telling us we need to sacrifice our life, sacrifice what we have for management inefficiency, which is to ensure that TAMCC is functioning, and on top of that, have enough financial resources to support the staff and also the infrastructure at TAMCC.
According to Fraser, the infrastructure and other amenities at the college also need to be addressed.
In classrooms, you would see screens falling apart. It amazed me when we're teaching in and we have 2 classrooms in one, lecturer north, lecturer south, and between them is open air. When the Wi-Fi connectivity, we say we online, but really and truly we online like with ourselves talking, but when we check, there is no Wi-Fi connectivity. And yet for all, when we raise those issues to the council, no response. We raise those issues to the principal says he's controlling the numbers. So that's one of the main issues, the financial aspect of TAMCC.
He says the students are aware of their struggles, hence their decision to join the lecturers on Thursday.
Currently now, the students are actually reaching a point where they understand, by the way, for the past 2 years, we sacrificed a lot. And the students knows that. We have to retrofit our homes. We have to reconfigure our thing. By the way, we have to buy extra resources because when we go to management, they say to us they don't have no financial resources. So lecturers now have to dip deeper in the pocket to find ways to make sure the students have the best education possible. We're all over online. You can ask the students, you can ask the parents, you can even go online for some of our recordings too. So the students know the sacrifice we made.
Fraser explained that whenever an issue is raised with the council, they are referred to the Ministry of Finance or Education. However, they are often reminded that the college is a statutory body. Regarding salary increases, in a recent statement, TAMCC says the college expects to fulfill the payment of the balance of the outstanding increments for the period 2019 to 2021 by the end of the year 2022. The Parliamentary Elections Office has been training officers who will be assigned to the various polling divisions to undertake duties as part of the voting process, as the office gears up in preparation for the soon-to-be announced Elections Day. The Parliamentary Elections Office continues to report an increase in the numbers of a category of individuals coming forward to get registered. Civic and Voter Registration Officer at the Parliamentary Elections Office, Ferdinand Phillip, speaking on MTV's Rise and Shine program on Thursday, said by all indications the office is ready to facilitate the voting process.
We started training quite recently. We have shortlisted our registration, our poll clerks and our presiding officers, our marshals. the poll clerks and presiding officers are a function of the legislation. In other words, it is found within our legislation. However, the marshals, we have seen it fit the necessity of having marshals to help, guide the function on the day.
However, although the number of individuals coming forward to get registered continues to increase, Philip revealed a new cadre of people coming to the fore.
For quite some time now, we have been seeing I don't want to use the word dramatic, but quite a noticeable increase in persons engaged in the office to do one of two things. First-timers, persons who have not been registered before, whether they were registered previous to January 2012 and so did not take the opportunity subsequent to that. And so these are first-timers, or they just recently turned 18. We are seeing quite a number of those persons. Why I highlighted them? Because we are seeing a lot of persons who are much older than the 18 and 20-year-olds, because as you know, you must be at least 18 to go and get registered. But we've seen a lot of persons in the later categories, in the 30s and the 40s, and even into the 50s. You're seeing quite a number of persons. And what you can surmise from that is that these persons, for whatever reason, were sitting on the fence, probably were not too enthused about the whole process, but something has galvanized them.
He also responded to a recent statement made by the Prime Minister and other individuals that irrespective of whether one's ID is renewed, one's name being on the list is most important.
Sometimes we get the message muddled and we confuse the electorate. But what is critical in the voting process is that a voter's ID is issued for identification purposes. What we are concerned about on election day is that we are able to identify that if you purport to be John Thomas, that it is John Thomas that is coming and cast that ballot. So that's why Section 5 says, once that person is qualified, eligible to be registered, and their name is on that list, and it's called the finally revised list for elections. Once their name is on that list, they shall be eligible to cast their ballot.
Since the voter identification cards expired in 2020, the office has been urging individuals to have their cards renewed before the 2023 general elections. The National Democratic Congress on Wednesday commenced the first in a series where the party will set out its transformative agenda for Grenada in detail weekly. Political leader Dickon Mitchell, addressing several party supporters, spoke of plans for the workers of Grenada.
Our intention is to ensure that the workers of Grenada, from the time they commence their working life, are given the opportunity to have a path through which they can grow, through which they can own, through which they can keep and reap the benefits of their hard work.
That was the political leader of the National Democratic Congress, Dickon Mitchell, speaking at the party's town hall meeting on Wednesday. Gearing up for the upcoming elections, Mitchell said the issue of pension and gratuity is a topic that affects every Grenadian worker.
That the issue of pension, the payment of pensions, and the payment of gratuity upon retirement is not an issue that is unique to public workers only. And addressing the pension payment for public workers is only the beginning of the process of transforming the working lives of Grenadians.
Mitchell highlighted the issue of the regularization of contract workers in Grenada.
I have repeatedly said, if the task you are performing, if the job you are filling, is a job that is always required by the entity that you work for, in this case, the government of Grenada, then there should be no issue of you being on a temporary or a fixed-term contract. Your employment should be permanent, your employment should be indefinite, and all of the benefits that comes with that should be attributed to your employment. And therefore, the National Democratic Congress commits to regularizing the status of contract workers who are working for the government and Imani workers who are working for the government within 12 months of assuming office.
Mitchell says they are committed to ensuring workers, starting with the public service, paid twice per month.
And if necessary, after consultation with the private sector, because in some areas of the private sector, workers are already being paid twice a month, or in some cases fortnightly. But for the other areas of the private sector where this is not yet being done, we will enter into dialogue and discussions and consultations with the private sector, with employers, with the Chamber of Commerce, with small and medium businesses, to encourage them.
Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
That's the first segment of news. More news after the break.
The first segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Prosperity really matters to you. Come home to Grenada Cooperative Bank. Since 1932, we have shared the same values: financial diligence, investing with prudence, transparent compliance, consistent performance.
Welcome home, Grenada.
No matter the economic climb, we always stand the test of time.
Welcome home, Grenada, the bank that goes the extra mile. Welcome home, Grenada, the bank that serves with a smile.
Welcome to a bank you can truly call your own. Grenada Cooperative Bank.
We care because you matter.
Co-op Bank. Welcome home.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2.5 years of waiting and waiting, I know you're feeling pain. Finally, we are going back to the stadium on Sunday, May 15th from 5 p.m. We say, Tingo Nice Again. Tingo Nice Again, Tingo Nice Again. As Megaforce Promotions brings to you $120,000 cash money bingo. That's right, Grenada. It's a massive $120,000 bingo. National Stadium, Sunday 15th May from 5 p.m. Ting go nice again.
Ting go nice again, ting go nice again.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Welcome back. President of the Grenada Trade Union Council, Andrew Lewis, has called on the government to address issues affecting employees, including complaints of sexual harassment. Speaking at this year's May Day rally, Lewis also called on employers in the private sector who fired unvaccinated workers during the pandemic to reinstate them to their pre-COVID status. We get more from Nikita Hosten.
We call upon the government to address sexual harassment at the workplace. We call upon the government to address, as we said, not just the issue of minimum wage, but a decent living wage. Because NIS, comrade, NIS needs to be revamped at some stage to be able to have an NIS so that you can live a decent standard of living. NIS, as we speak right now, cannot take care of anyone.
That was Andrew Lewis at the May Day rally on Sunday, calling on government to urgently address issues faced by workers over the years and to make amendments to the labor laws of the country.
We need to improve the termination allowance on that termination right now, which is 1 week. We need to enact into domestic legislation all the ILO conventions to which Grenada has signed on to.
Lewis spoke of the issue of sexual harassment that must be stamped out.
We need to address legislations to address sexual abuse and exploitation of children, and the strengthening of legislations to address violence against women.
He stressed the importance of changes to legislation in resolving workers' grievances.
The time has come for public officers' grievances not to be heard by the Ministry of Labour. The reason for that is that the Minister for Labour is a member of Cabinet, and therefore he cannot impartially address a matter concerning public officers, and therefore we need to have a separate body to address those issues, and we need to struggle for that. This is bread and butter issues, whether it's green, black, blue, yellow. We need to demand those things, comrades, and we of the TUC give you that commitment. We give you that continued commitment, and our history is clear on these matters.
Another concern addressed by the GTUC president was the termination of unvaccinated workers during the COVID-19 pandemic.
We had our view on vaccination. We encourage people to be vaccinated, and we have no apologies for that. The TUC maintained that workers should have the right to decide whether they want to be vaccinated or not. And the very fact that about 2 years have passed and we are now back to some state of normalcy, the employers ought to take back the workers, give them back their jobs at the pre-COVID status. In other words, comrades, we could understand when you're under bombardment, bombs, and heavy artillery fire, and when you need to take cover, that certain stringent measures may be required. But we have moved away from that phase of battle, where we now better understand the enemy, and all that we are calling for is to be careful. But the employers ought to reinstate the workers. And for those workers who do not wish to return to work because they found employment elsewhere, pay them for the years of service. Pay them for the years of service. The labor movement, the trade union, we are not unreasonable.
Nikita Hosten, MTV News.
Minister of Works is confident that the St. John's River, which is known to overflow its banks during the wet season, flooding nearby residential areas and businesses, now can contain the flow of water as the flood mitigation project continues. In providing an update on the St. John's River Flood Mitigation Project at River Road, St. George, Minister of Works, Senator Nolan Cox, gave assurances that the project will aid in alleviating flooding in that area. With the rainy season just 1 month away, the issue of flooding continues to be a major concern by residents and business owners in that community. Cox said he is pleased with the work done thus far by both contractors.
Sunrise Construction is about 95% completed, and they are doing an excellent job. They have done an excellent job thus far, and we have Creative Design, who is also working on the most important and difficult part of the river, which is the mouth area, and they are working quite nicely. I had an opportunity to traverse the site, so I'm pleased with the work that is ongoing there.
He highlighted why he believes that the project is capable of preventing flooding in that area due to its design and engineering foresight.
We believe that this implementation of the project will help alleviate the issue of flooding within the River Road area, for the mere reason that the river has increased in capacity from our engineering works. In depth and in width, the river has increased significantly, and we believe that the carrying capacity of the river will allow for water to go out without creating any major risk or hazard for persons within the River Road area.
The final scope of work will include the reconstruction of 2 bridges in the area, including the historic Humback Bridge at the National Stadium.
We still have some outstanding work to be done on that project, to complete that project, which entails the reconstruction of 2 bridges. That is the bridge by Steele's Auto and the Humback Bridge in front of the National Cricket Stadium, and also the entire roadway along the course of the river that we are implementing will also be restored.
He says the project for the reconstruction of the bridges will be out for tender and is inviting bids from local companies. Small and medium-sized enterprises that have been significantly impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic are set to receive a boost. On Tuesday, the government of Grenada signed a loan and grant agreement with the CARICOM Development Fund for the second cycle of the Country Assistance Program. It is a concessionary loan of $4 million and the grant is over $500,000. Acting Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Gregory Bowen signed on behalf of the government and the Grenada Development Bank, which is the implementing agency for the fund.
The concessionary loan of $4 million at a rate of 3% and a grant of $520,000 create the opportunity for these MSMEs to access affordable financing from CDB to diversify, modernize, transition, and develop, thereby improving liquidity and economic viability that will result in job creation, economic development, preserving the environment as we strive to attain the National Sustainable Development Plan 2020-2035 and the second nationally determined contribution.
Signing on behalf of the CDF, Chief Executive Officer of the CARICOM Development Fund, Rodinald Suma, said the organization remains committed to partnering with Grenada.
The significance of this for us is that this is the single largest line of credit that the CDF has done with any development finance institution in the region. And I think, it is indicative of our preparedness to respond to the needs of member states, and just to remember that that response is always couched within the context of our mandate, which is to pay particular attention to addressing the circumstances of disadvantage in the LDCs and other disadvantaged countries, regions, and sectors in CARICOM, which, of course, Grenada within the CARICOM system is classified as one. So with the 4.5 to the Development Bank, the grant for the Youth Enterprise Project, we have a total allocation of $5 million US to Grenada, bringing your country program to a total of close to $6 million US, having already financed capacity building for the Grenada Bureau of Standards, as well as the Mirabeau meat processing facility.
As the number of COVID-19 cases begins to rise once again, the Grenada Informer encourages citizens to be on the alert and avoid contracting or spreading the disease. These safety and protective measures have long been established, and it could only benefit us to continue following them. In the week's edition of our online publication, thousands missing at the Ministry of Health. Police Commissioner promises a two-pronged investigation. Pension issues dominate May Day. In the Sister Isles, prospects of kayak Calypso tent look gloomy. Brunswick United wins Co-op Bank T20 Championship. Carnival Queen contestant confident, and much more. That's the second segment of news. Regional highlights are up next.
The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
It's celebration time at Clear Vision Eye Center as we celebrate our mothers for all their hard work and sacrifice. Just for mom, buy one pair of glasses, get a second pair at half price after a free eye test, all in the month of May. Choose from our Chanel, Clear Vision, or Spice eyewear frames. Don't just tell her it's a special day, show her. Call 444-0055 to make an appointment now. It's Clear Vision's special Mother's Day tribute for all of May. Free eye test, plus buy one pair of glasses, get the second at half price. Dearest mom, you're the best.
The 5th Annual Masters of Calypso Melody and Rhythm Edition, Sunday, May 8th, Mother's Day, at the Spice Basket Bolio St. George's. Showtime, 6 p.m. and tickets cost $60. Featuring live from Trinidad and Tobago, Baron. Chigalos.
This is party time. I'm feeling to wine.
From Barbados, Red Plastic Bag. From Grenada, Beast, Scholar, Inspector, Black Wizard, Cox, Samantha Dixon, Squeezy, and Moyakai. A special award ceremony for the Hitman Inspector.
Let me tell you that, Inspector, eating better. Make yourself at home, young fella. Eating better.
All artists backed by the Royal Grenada Police Force Band. A special cocktail on entry for all mothers. Compliments West Hall Rum. Tickets available at Mitchell's Health and Wellness Grand Anse, Grenada Optical St. George's, Gittins Pharmacy in St. George's and Grand Anse, St. David's Pharmacy, Licks and Bites Guave, Maxie's Bar Grenville. Masters of Calypso, powered by West Hall Rum's National Lotteries Authority, Flo, Senator Nolan Cox, Captain Harris Suite, Mitchell's Health and Wellness, ML Construction Services, King Elvis Taxi and Tours. One special evening dedicated to mothers. Sunday, May 8th, 6 p.m. This will be one unforgettable show.
She wants style. She wants plumbing.
Glam out in the best names and designer frames with Quartz Optical. Buy one stylish frame and get 50% off your second pair. Sport your favorite Armani, Converse, Vogue, and many more frames for less. Get an additional 10% off and pay nothing for 30 days when you pay with Ready Finance. Book your free eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. Don't miss the opportunity to glam out, only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer available while stocks last. Special conditions apply.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
It's week 2 in the 4th edition of the Pure Grenada Cup. And on Saturday, 7th May, we're taking the action to the Big Parish, Victoria Park in Granville. From 7 p.m., Game 1, St. Patrick Crown City Strikers versus U17 Young Gunners. 9:30 p.m., St. David Top Strikers versus St. Andrew Big Parish Stores. Admission $20. Then on Sunday, we head to the Cuthbert Bidders Park in Gore, where the St. John Dolphins will meet St. Mark Western Stars. Admission $10. The 4th edition of the Pure Grenada Cup is on. Don't miss it.
The third segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
My name is Trisha Maras. I am a proud member of the Arizo Credit Union. I chose to become a member of the Arizo Credit Union because I got some financial advice from a former boss who is a member of the financial institution, and that was the best decision of my life I made. What I like most about the Arizo Credit Union is the courteousness from the staff, the low interest rates, and the pension plan. How has Arizo helped me over the years? I had 2 dreams in this life. One is to sending my daughter off to university, and the other is achieving my dream home. So if Arizo can transform my life, it can transform yours. So if you're not yet a member of the Arizo Credit Union, come on down and be a member. Happy anniversary to the Arizo Credit Union. And thank you for the 75 years of transforming our lives.
Time now for news from across the region.
This is the regional roundup for today. I am Donessa Panchu. British Virgin Islands Premier Andrew Fahey will plead not guilty to drug smuggling and money laundering charges. During a pre-trial hearing in Miami, Florida, his lawyer Teresa Van Vliet said her clients would deny all allegations. Mr. Fahey was arrested at a Miami airport last week following a U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration sting. The judge ruled he could be released on a $500,000 bond as he awaits trial. Mr. Fahey's arraignment hearing, when he will formally enter a plea, is scheduled for 25th May. Until then, the judge said he could be released from pre-trial detention but would remain under monitored confinement at a U.S. flat where his 2 daughters live. Meanwhile, Overseas Territory Minister Amanda Millen will meet with Foreign, Commonwealth and Department Affairs Secretary Liz Truss in the coming days to discuss whether the UK will impose direct rule on the British Virgin Islands to address governance issue identified in a recent Commission of Inquiry report. Millen wrapped up her meeting with elected BVI officials and Governor John Rankin Wednesday before heading back to London. In a video statement, Millen said the territory is now facing some challenging times given the recent arrest of Premier Andrew Fahey on drug trafficking, coupled with the governance issue raising in the COI report. On Monday, residents of the BVI protested against the proposal to post the overseas British territory under the control of the United Kingdom. And finally, in the region, health officials in Trinidad and Tobago have confirmed that there are over 300 COVID-19 cases among staff and students across almost 250 schools. The health minister says he's concerned about the increase in cases. However, he will not support calls to close schools or workplaces. More in this report.
In the second week of physical school, almost 300 staff and students tested positive for COVID-19.
For the week 25th to 29th of April, out of 243 schools reporting, between staff and students, there are 288 positive cases. On those tests and other tests done, 23 were negative.
Added to the first week's number of 28, it means there are now 316 confirmed cases so far. This equates to roughly 1 case per school. The health minister was not in a position to say which schools reported cases because he did not receive the information from the education minister. It is therefore unclear the overall number of schools with infections. According to senior pediatric emergency medicine specialist at the NCRHA, Dr. Joanne Paul, there are 6 children currently warded at the Couva Hospital with COVID-19. She says 49 children were hospitalized in the last 2 months for the disease. However, she notes the hospitalizations were incidental.
But it has not been primarily about COVID Omicron. It's been about the other medical illnesses that they have had.
But while parents' concerns continue to grow about the cases in schools, Minister Diyal Singh says shutting them down is not the answer.
But at this stage of the pandemic, the option of shutting down and keeping people away from work or away from school is not one that is recommended because the long-term socio-economic effects are going to be felt for years to come.
And that's it for this evening's Regional Roundup. I am Vanessa Panchu.
This is the MTV Evening News. More news after the break.
The third segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
My name is Trisha Maras. I am a proud member of the Ariza Credit Union. I chose to become a member of the Ariza Credit Union because I got some financial advice from a former boss who is a member of the financial institution, and that was the best decision of my life I made. What I like most about the Ariza Credit Union is the courteousness from the staff, the low interest rates, and the pension plan. How has Ariza helped me over the years? I had 2 dreams in this life. One is to sending my daughter off to university, and the other is achieving my dream home. So if Ariza can transform my life, it can transform yours. So if you're not yet a member of the Ariza Credit Union, come on down and be a member. Happy anniversary to the Ariza Credit Union. And thank you for the 75 years of transforming our lives.
You're watching the MTV Evening News. Sporting highlights are up next.
Good morning, Grand Lake Meter Reader.
Morning, Mr. Meterman. I'm glad I caught you. Last month, I got a very high bill, and I don't understand why.
Last month, we were not able to access your meter, so we had to estimate the bill.
So, what can I do to ensure that my meter is easily accessible?
Well, you can get your licensed electrician to move your meter outside of the gate or directly in front of the house.
Well, I'll consider that.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Holy
Poly Natural Spring Water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Poly Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Poly Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
Brunswick United emerged champions of the 2022 Co-op Bank Carriacou T20 tournament. That and more coming up in sports. Tonia St. Louis Lawrence has this evening's sporting highlights.
Good evening, sporting fans. The Grand Etang 10K runs off on Sunday, May 8th. A personal trainer and organizer of the event, Troy Felix, says the race begins at 6 a.m. from the National Stadium to the Visiting Center at Grand Etang National Park. He speaks of the different categories.
So we have 12 to 17 category and then 18 and above category. All right? And that's for male and female, okay? So both categories, male and female. Now we also have special categories. We have a father and daughter category, and we have a mother and son special category. We also have a husband and wife category, okay? So we try to make it a little bit more family oriented as well, not just for the serious runners and so forth, but you know, we try to make it so that the family could take part as a unit.
Felix said he wanted to do something different for the first time 10K run.
Grand Etang is unique in some ways, you know, to Grenada. And I have never heard of or seen a race go up the Grand Etang as for a running race. So wanting to be different, wanting to make it challenging, because I'm known for challenging stuff. So to keep with that, I decided to do the 10K. And I decided to do it up the Grand Etang. So I think it's a good marker for me for my first running race, you know, to do that.
Co-op Bank Carriacou T20 Tournament 2022 edition came to a grand finale last weekend at the Lauriston Stadium, with Brunswick United emerging champions, receiving the grand prize of $3,000. Noel Suppliers Leicester Cricket Club was a second runner-up, receiving $1,500, and BBH Cricket Club received $800 for third position. The MVP of the tournament went to Imran George, who was also awarded the best prize for most outstanding batsman, amassing 386 runs with 2 centuries. The most outstanding bowler was awarded to Josh Phillip with 13 wickets, while the best wicket-keeper went to Ricky Alexander, both from Leicester Cricket Club. Brunswick United defeated LCC by 41 runs. Brunswick 182 for 7 in 20 overs, that is, while LCC made 141 runs all out in 17.4 overs. At the presentation ceremony, President of the Carriacou United Cricket Board, Brian White, thanked Co-op Bank for sponsoring the tournament amid so many social and cultural challenges. He expressed appreciation to the teams, officials, ground staff, and patrons who supported 5 weekends of exciting cricket. Gary Sears, Executive Manager of Sales and Services of Co-op Bank, reiterated the bank's commitment to the Carriacou United Cricket Board for development of youth and local community. Hence, they are pleased to support the resumption of the tournament this year and will provide full support in 2023. Moving now to regional cricket highlights. West Indies have held steady on the ICC Men's World Rankings across all three formats of international cricket after the annual update carried out on Wednesday. The ICC Sports World Governing Body revealed in a media release that the West Indies were 8th in the Test rankings, 9th in One-Day Internationals, and 7th in 2020 Internationals after the rankings update, remaining firmly fixed in the positions they held before the update. Rating points earned from winning matches during the 2018-19 season were dropped in the annual update, the ICC media release stated, and the rankings now reflect all series completed since May 2019. The ICC media release noted that series completed before May 2021 are now weighed at 50% and subsequent series at 100%. After the update, West Indies lost 4 rating points in both Test and ODIs, dropping to 77 in the long format and 73 in the 50 overs aside formats, but they improved 5 rating points, climbing to 240 in T20s. Former West Indies all-rounder Dwayne Bravo was again a non-starter, and Shanghai Super Kings stumbled to a 13-run defeat against Royal Challengers Bangalore in the Indian Premier League on Wednesday. Bravo missed the previous match for the Super Kings against Sunrise Hyderabad due to an injury, and it appeared he was still not fit again to play against Royal Challengers. Chasing 174, Shanghai Super Kings openers Ruturaj and Devon emerged from a cautious start their side to a 51 without loss after the power play. The Shanghai Super Kings started to unravel after Shabazz got Gakwad caught at long on for 28 in the 7th over, and Australian Glenn Maxwell had Robin caught at a backward point for 1 in the next over. Maxwell then bowled Ambati for 2 as the Shanghai Super Kings reached the halfway stage of their chase on a 77 for 3. Conway, the South Africa-born New Zealand left-hander, transported his form from the previous match and reached his 50 after adding a 6 and a 4 following the strategic timeout. That's it for this evening's sporting highlights. I'm Tonya St. Louis Lawrence, thanking you for joining us.
That's the sports, the weather, and a recap of the headlines after the break.
MTV Weather is brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Need a quick, convenient way to pay your bills and avoid lines? Use the online banking feature from Republic Bank, First Caribbean, or Co-op Bank. Contact them today to set up your online banking and enjoy 24-hour convenience to make your bill payments. Stay safe. Grenlec, we are united even when we are apart.
Good Thursday evening, viewers, with the nighttime weather forecast and meteorologist Wayne Williams. Drier air has moved into the region, and we saw some significant improvement in the weather today. We're going to see a bit of clouds rolling in a little later with a possibility of some early nighttime showers, and that's to complement an area of low-level clouds, very shallow however, so if we do see any showers, they'll be mostly in the interior. They will be very light and very brief. The trailing edge of this trough is over the northern portion of the Caribbean. We're going to see winds slackening off a bit as a result of this, while the haze is still keeping at bay. Most of it would head towards the south of Grenada. You can see that area of low-level clouds a bit clearer here, and as I said, some moisture in it, so look for 1 or 2 brief scattered showers. An area of more intense cloudiness just to the southeast of Trinidad. Upper-level winds are not favorable for it to move into our area. It is also being dissipated by those winds. We are going to keep an eye on it to see what is going to happen with the moisture embedded in that system. Tonight, Thursday night, however, we do expect mostly fair conditions, but that is after the possibility of a few brief early showers. Northeasterly winds a bit brisk, between 10 and 20 miles per hour, maybe 1 or 2 higher gusts, minimum temperature of 24. The moon is already up. It rose at 9:20 this morning. It's going to set at 10:36. That's later on tonight. Generally fair conditions on Friday. Some early clouds would give way to the fair conditions. After that, northeasterly winds would continue a bit, picking up a bit for tomorrow, 12 to 24 miles per hour, but look for it to slacken by Saturday. Moderate seas, 5 to 7 foot waves. Sunrise 5:45, sunset 6:21. Another hot day 34 will feel like 37. Port of Spain will see some scattered showers on Friday with fair conditions in Bridgetown and also in Kingston. Partly cloudy for Miami. New York cooling down a bit. They're going to see rain with a high day of 15 and mostly cloudy in London. Here at home, fair conditions on Saturday, Sunday. Actually, for the next week, we're going to see generally fair conditions, but there is a possibility of some clouds, some very brief showers again developing during the night time on possibly Sunday night. That's it for Thursday night, folks. Have yourself a great night. Remember, you can join me again right here on Friday.
MTV Weather was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Now to end the news, a recap of the headlines. Coast Guard officers directly involved in recent boating accident relieved of active duties. 8 police officers charged with criminal-related incidents of sexual crimes within the Royal Grenada Police Force. National Democratic Congress holds the first in a series of meetings to present its transformative agenda for Grenada. And in sports, Brunswick United emerged champions of the T20 of the 2022 Co-op Bank Carriacou T20 tournament. On behalf of the news and production departments, I am Troy Gill. Thank you for watching. Good night.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one later ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Good evening, viewers and listeners. Welcome to the National Lotteries Authority's Daily Pick 3 evening draw for today, Thursday, May 5th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me this evening is Ms. Priscilla Barry from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in a fair and accountable manner, and the game balls with industry standards and in a way tampered with. At this time, you should have tickets ready. It's Daily Pick 3. It pays to play. Good luck. First over this evening is check your tickets in the meantime. First number is 1, second number is 9, third and final number is 5. Let's recap those numbers. Numbers on the screen. First number is 1, the second 9, third and final is 5. So that's 1, 9, and 5. Congratulations, all winners. Stay tuned, get your daily cash flow drop next. We'll see you soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at
at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Daily Cash 4 evening draw for today, Thursday, May 5th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me again is Ms. Priscilla Barry from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in an accountable manner, and the game balls with industry standards and in a way tampered with. At this time, show tickets at hand. It's Daily Cash 4, more plays, bigger prizes. Let's find out what this evening's winning numbers will be. Good luck. First up this evening is check your tickets in the meantime. First number up is 1, second number is 4, third number up, third number is 0, fourth and final number is also 0. Let's recap those numbers. It's on the screen. Check your tickets. First number up is 1, the second 4, third 0, fourth and final is also 0. So that's 1, 4, 0 and 0. Congratulations all owners. Stay tuned, got to play with you up next. We'll see you soon.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back, everyone, to another Play Evening Draw for today, Thursday, May 5th, 2022. I am Anisha Charles. With me once again is Ms. Priscilla Barry from PKF Accountants and Business Advisors, whose purpose is to ensure that this show is conducted in an accountable manner, and the game balls with industry standards and in a way tampered with. Let's play Play, value your dreams, win your way. Good luck. This evening's winning clearing number is, check it in the meantime. This evening's winning clearing number is 5. Let's recap the number, 05. 5 represents dream symbol dog. Congratulations all the winners of this evening's Play Draw. Remember to play all the games of the National Lotteries Authority, support sports, culture, and the nation building. Thanks for joining us. Have a pleasant evening.
I'm a winner. You are winner. We are winners. Winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one little ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
The 5th Annual Masters of Calypso Melody and Rhythm Edition, Sunday, May 8th, Mother's Day, at the Spice Basket Bolio St. George's. Showtime, 6 p.m. and tickets cost $60. Featuring live from Trinidad and Tobago, Baron, Sugar Aloes.
There's this party time, I'm feeling to wine.
From Barbados, Red Plastic Bag. From Grenada, Beast, Scholar, Inspector, Black Wizard, Cox, Samantha Dixon, Squeezy and Moyakai. A special award ceremony for the Hitman Inspector.
Let me tell you that, Inspector, eating better. Make yourself at home, young fella. Eating better.
All artists backed by the Royal Grenada Police Force Band. A special cocktail on entry for all mothers. Compliments West Hall Rum. Tickets available at Mitchell's Health and Wellness Grand Anse, Grenada Optical St. George's, Kittens Pharmacy in St. George's and Grand Anse, St. David's Pharmacy, Licks and Bites Guave, Maxie's Bar Grenville. Masters of Calypso, powered by West Hall Rum's National Lotteries Authority, Flo, Senator Nolan Cox, Captain Harris Suites, Mitchell's Health and Wellness, ML Construction Services, King Elvis Taxi and Tours. One special evening dedicated to mothers. Sunday, May 8th, 6 p.m. This will be one unforgettable show.
She wants high, she wants plumbing.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCroix Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Benjamin McGilvery, also known as Ben and Ferris, of Harveyvale, Carriacou, passed away on Saturday, 16th April 2022, at the age of 81. He was the brother of Winifred Primus in Trinidad, Hubert and Gladstone McGilvery in the UK, Paul McGilvery, also known as Hecond, and Veronica Phillip, also known as Lancier in Carriacou, and Russell McGilvery in the USA. Brother-in-law of Radix Phillip, also known as Popo in Carriacou, Anne, also known as Minerva, and Jean in the UK, and Valerie in the USA. Uncle of many too numerous to mention, caretaker Gemma John. Many other relatives and friends, including the McGilvery families, the Lendor, Bideau, and Cajot families, and members of the Jehovah's Witnesses congregation in Carriacou, neighbors of Harveyvale, Belmont, and surrounding areas too numerous to mention. The funeral of the late Benjamin McGilvery, also known as Ben and Ferris, of Harveyvale, Carriacou, will take place on Friday, May 6th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the LaCroix Brothers Funeral Chapel, Lauriston, Carriacou, according to Jehovah's Witnesses' rites, and entombment will be at the Harveyvale Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to LaCroix Brothers Funeral Homes. Joseph Primus, also known as Uncle Joe of Marley St. Patrick, died on Friday, 22nd April 2022, at the age of 88. Left to mourn are his wife Rita Primus, his son, daughter, and many great-grandchildren in Grenada and England. He was also a member of the Men's League Choir and Prayer Group. His caregiver, Cheryl Sylvester. Family, friends and neighbors near and far will deeply miss him. The funeral of the late Joseph Primus, also known as Uncle Joe of Marley St. Patrick, will take place on Tuesday, May 10th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Patrick's Catholic Church, and interment will be at the Churchyard Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Celia Klein Edwards, QC of Woodland St. George, died on Thursday, 28th April 2022, at the age of 65. Left to mourn are her children Crystal Klein, Deloney, Celine, and Emile Edwards, grandchildren Carter and Melody Edwards, and Nia Chase, brother George Klein Jr., aunt Sedma Klein, daughter-in-law Shanna Edwards, sister-in-law Gail Klein, many nieces and nephews. Her loving staff of the law firm of George Edie Klein are the loving staff Margaret Caliste and Julius Alexander. Many other close friends and relatives, Her Excellency Dame Cecile de la Grenade, Justices Rosalind Wilkinson, Nicola Bayer and Margaret Price Findlay, the entire legal fraternity of Grenada, and members of the legal fraternity of the OECS, the Rotary Club of Grenada, Diane Martin and family, Eileen James, Sister Corinne Clara and family, Ambrose Phillip, George Vincent, Rosemary Wells and family, Anne-Marie Klein, Camille and Justin Klein, the Stewart family of Archibald Avenue, the Charles family of Mongeloo, Dr. Beverly Nelson and family, Eleanor Daythorne and family, and Nala Hadid. The funeral of the late Celia Klein Edwards, QC, of Woodland St. George, will take place on Thursday, May 12th at 11 a.m. Funeral service will be held at the Grenada Trade Centre, Monrouge, St. George, and interment will be at the Grand Anse Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Raymond Toussaint, also known as Ray, of Pearl St. Andrew, who resided at Westerhall St. David, died on Monday, March 28, 2022, at the age of 58. Left to mourn his wife Lucille Toussaint, children Rachel in London and Silmond Toussaint in Grenada, brothers Patrick Toussaint in Canada, Reuben, Davrel, Ryan, Devon and Andre, sisters Deborah, Thordell, Lynthia, Donna, Ermin, Kimlon and Charmaine, brothers-in-law Arthur Campbell and Christopher Gill in Grenada, sisters-in-law Yvette Toussaint and Sonia Malcolm in Canada, Uncle Calvin Toussaint, Aunt Jean Lewis, many nieces and nephews including Patricia Phillip in Canada, cousins including Derek MacLeod, close friends Byron Bushy Charles in the USA, Tricia, Richard and Wendell, other relatives and friends including the Gilbert, Wells, MacLeod, Gibbs, Williams, Alexander, Charles, Bartholomew, Mason and Ogilvy families, Pastor Saul Bowen and family, the staff, vendors and fishermen of the Fisheries Division, the Grenada Red Cross Society, NADMA, doctors and nurses at the General Hospital, the Grenada Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, and members of the Westerhall Seventh-day Adventist Church. The funeral of the late Raymond Toussaint, also known as Ray, of Pearl St. Andrew, who resided at Westerhall St. David, will take place on Thursday, 12th May at 12:30 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Archibald Avenue, and interment will be at the Centre Cemetery, St. George's. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Geraldine Victor née Elcock of Mardi Gras St. David, who resided at Molinaire St. George, died on Wednesday, May 4th, 2022 in Kentucky, USA, at the age of 63. The funeral arrangements for the late Geraldine Victor née Elcock of Mardi Gras St. David, who resided at Molinaire St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Septimus Lewis, also known as Franklin Lewis and Ram Lyon, of Paradise St. Andrew, passed away on Friday, 22nd April 2022, at the age of 61. The funeral arrangements for the late Septimus Lewis, also known as Franklin Lewis and Ram Lyon of Paradise St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Mary Veronica Alexis, also known as Cynthia Alexis, of Florida St. John, passed away on Tuesday, 3rd May 2022, at the age of 89. The funeral arrangements for the late Mary Veronica Alexis, also known as Cynthia Alexis, of Florida St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Hazel Lindor of Belmont St. George died on Friday, 29th April 2022, at the age of 68. The funeral arrangements for the late Hazel Lindor of Belmont St. George will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. George Sylvester Henry, also known as George Bernard, Old Police and Handyman of Mount Gay St. George, died on Sunday, May 1st, 2022, at the age of 89. The funeral arrangements for the late George Sylvester Henry, also known as George Bernard, Old Police and Handyman of Mount Gay St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Darren Stephen of Hopevale St. George, who resided in Boston, Massachusetts, died on the 17th of April at the age of 45. We'll have funeral arrangements for the late Darren Stephen of Hopevale in St. George, who resided in Boston, Massachusetts, in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Veronica Ann Thomas of Marigot St. John passed away on Saturday, 23rd April 2022, at the age of 69. The funeral arrangements for the late Veronica Ann Thomas of Marigot St. John will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Wilma Cecilia Pear, also known as Cecilia Gibbs of Cemetery Hill, St. George, who resided at Seaview, Carriacou, passed away on Thursday, 21st April at the age of 59. Funeral arrangements for the late Wilma Cecilia Pear, also known as Cecilia Gibbs of Cemetery Hill, St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Daniel Seeley, also known as Scorpion of Belmont, St. George, who resided in the USA and Romania, died on the 13th of April 2022 at the age of 62. The funeral arrangements for the late Daniel Seeley will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
Errol Richard Bruno of Grandon St. George, who resided at Petmotar St. David, passed away on Monday, 18th April 2022, at the age of 71. The funeral arrangements for the late Errol Richard Bruno of Grandon St. George, who resided at Petmotar St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Simon Thomas, also known as Kojo, of Frequente St. George, passed away on Thursday, 7th April 2022, at the age of 60. The funeral arrangements for the late Simon Thomas, also known as Kojo, of Frequente St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. The families of the late Agnes Cobb of Beaulieu St. George, who passed away on May 5th, 2015, and was interred on May 19th, 2015, at the family cemetery Beaulieu, wish to thank all those who sent messages of condolences or in any way showed their sympathy to them in their time of bereavement. There has not been a day that you have not been thought of. In our hearts your memory lingers, sweetly, tenderly, fond and true, deeply missed, but forever remembered. Funeral arrangements were entrusted to Otway Bailey Funeral Home.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thanks for watching.
The pain and agony of losing someone is never easy. Within your own mind and heart, there is a deep pain, agony that no one can fill. Within you see yourself painfully accepting the fact that you have lost someone you love. But this is what the Word of God said in the book of Psalms 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord, which made the heaven and the earth. To him you need to look to for your help and your leadership and your guidance. Man will not give you that help that you need. Money, fame, even the very material things that you have sought. You realize in losing someone, none of those things would give you help. Right now, there is one person who stands ready to help you. His name is Jesus Christ. He is King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Why not trust him today? Why not allow him to be at peace in your life? I want to pray for you and your family. Pray with me. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, I surrender, Lord, every heart that is painfully accepting the reality of their lives who have lost a loved one. I pray, O God, that you comfort those families. Give them strength. Enable them to see, God, that you are there for them, that you, Lord, will never leave them, nor will you forsake them, for from you will come their help. I ask your blessing and for strength for them today, in Jesus' holy and precious name. Amen and amen. May God bless you and keep you and sustain you. May he overshadow you and look over your family as you reach deep within and overcome this deep sorrow and pain that you face. My prayers and thoughts are with you and your family. God bless you.
It's that time again when mothers take the spotlight. Join MTV and Magic FM this Friday from 10 a.m. Call in, wish your mom happy Mother's Day. Your mother might just be the lucky one. It's a winning streak for mothers. Compliment Brighton and Miners, Clear Vision Eye Care Center, Masters of Calypso, Midland Supply Limited, Victory Bar and Restaurant, and the Communal Cooperative Credit Union Limited. One mother will be specially honored. Elimas Gilbert, the Inspector, Tamara, the Songbird, and Red Plastic Bag will be in studio, honoring mothers across all MTV platforms this Friday from 10 a.m. Stay where the action is with MTV.
CaribJet, the most experienced travel agency company in Grenada, serving our clients and businesses for over 40 years. IATA accredited, we issue tickets on 280 airlines, representatives for Condor, the German airlines, and main agents for Virgin, KLM and Air France. We're specialists to the Middle East. Walk in to our ticket office at Maurice Bishop Highway, call 439-4444, WhatsApp 534-7755 or visit caribjet.com.